You see, my gorgeous Piscelinis, I am talking about specifically the 10th, 11th, 12th and the 13th of March 2021 are going to bring you a really significant change, a significant life change. And this is actually going to be quite positive indeed, because you will know exactly with which aspect of your life you simply need to move on. Something is going to become rather obvious to you indeed, but then at the same time it's about this important mind-blowing clarity that you're actually going to have. This is going to have a very strong connection with the 31st of March 2021, because the 31st of March 2021 it's going to bring you an opportunity which is going to be connected to these days that I've already mentioned. My name is Sasha Bonasin and I'm a psychic medium, and this is your monthly horoscope tarot card reading, and it's for you, my gorgeous Piscelini, and it's for March 2020. And I have to say this: happy birthday to you, happy birthday to you, happy birthday dear Pisceline, happy birthday to you, happy birthday to you, happy birthday to you, happy birthday gorgeous Pisceline, happy birthday to you. I love you so much. Do you know why? Because you will be able to feel the change this month. Of course that this is your moment, you know, the whole month is literally your moment, my gorgeous Piscelinis, but you are going to be able to feel the difference. And I really like this indeed, because in particular when it comes to the actual feeling of optimism, when it comes to the actual feeling of inspiration, and in those elements and those stages and those parts of your lives where you just thought, oh God, I just came to an end, oh God, there is no way out, on this and that. No, baby, no. They are the door that are going to be opening for you this month, and the door are going to be pretty much so all about the surprise and the elements of surprises that you're actually going to have. This happens very much so often when we are reaching a very significant stage in our life when it comes to the actual completion. But before that happens, you are going to hear an important news about your own accomplishment and about the things that you have been working for, working on, working towards to. Not only when it comes to like a work, career and things like that, but it's also when it comes to an important emotional reward. Your number is the number 222, my gorgeous Piscelini. Your number is 222. That means that this month there are 3 significant stages that are gonna happen, and these 3 significant stages that are gonna happen to you, before each time you're gonna have a quite very interesting sign and realization which is gonna come to you through the actual synchronicity. What do I mean by this? Well, I mean that when you kind of see the certain numbers repeating, or when you see like a maybe cute little bird just flying on your windowsill, you know, or cute little bird just appears out of nowhere, you know, in the middle of your gorgeous little garden, or in the middle of, you know, like in front of your house and things like that, or right in front of you, wherever you are, you can consider this, you know, as a little pre-sign which you are going to actually have. And these are the little situations and little things that I need to pay attention to. And also, most certainly, when you have see numbers repeating 777, 333, 111, these are the 3 times when this is actually going to take place throughout the month of March, when every single time you will be prepared for something else, but you will feel it. My God, you will feel it. And if it happens that you actually see 222, oh my God, especially if you see the number 222, oh my Lord, please, my gorgeous Piscelini, like it can be on your time, it can be on TV, it can be like, I don't know, you know, whichever way you see number 222 repeating. And if you see 3 times, it's like, oh, it's like hitting a bingo. You need to pay pay attention to what was on your mind. You need to pay attention to what was like kind of bringing you down, what is making you feel negative, what is making you feel sad, you know, because this is the sign that this is very much so soon coming to an end. But before that, you know, this is just a preparation of an important unfoldment which is going to take place, which means that 222 is like hitting a bingo, because out of the problem situation there is a wonderful opportunity, realization, the ability gonna become absolutely remarkably obvious for you. So this is all with to do with you taking the next step, but also feeling the right moment, you know, and the right time in order to do so. I know that number 222 also means that, you know, you're gonna find yourself in the place where you did not plan, and this is so important to say. You're gonna find yourself in the place that you didn't plan, and this in itself, it's going to cause you to explore in a certain way. This exploration is going to be absolutely wonderful because it's a lot to do with your devotion, and it's a lot to do with you responding in a particular way where you find out certain things not only about yourself, but first of all you find out certain things around the bigger picture around you, which is going to ultimately help you to actually understand elements and part of yourselves that you don't understand. Number 222, it's very important, my gorgeous PISCELINI, because I want to say it's like you need to remember now, it's more important than ever to be practical about how you're going to proceed. You see, this is a very significant time to think about a sensible approach that you are going to have, because you are going to be dealing with the actual moment. You're going to be dealing with the situation that is going to require from you to make an important decision, and this decision is going to be everything, because it's a lot to do with your security and it's a lot to do with your own stability, you know. But most certainly on top of that, it's about the difficulty slowly coming to an end. But what you need to remember, it's not going to come to an end, but it's just about a glimpse of the future that you're going to have, which are going to be rather mind-blowing. But it's not only about that, it's about your own personal connection, which is just going to be pushing you, and it's just going to be guiding you when you need it the most. On another hand, you know, it's about you being assertive. The more assertive you are, the more powerful and the more successful you're going to be. Just remember, my gorgeous PISCELINI, it's all like a bit of a test again, but then at the same time, the more assertive you are towards the things that you like doing, the more you're gonna get out of them. On another hand, you know, you're gonna become aware of the fact where you also kind of maybe you're gonna be kind of like torturing yourself, maybe a little bit, like you're gonna be kind of torturing yourself, like you didn't kind of like you didn't kind of recognize the certain opportunity on time. And I want to say to you that, you know, you don't need to like kind of torture yourself or anything like that, because everything in this life's happened for a reason, you know. When it's according to our own karma, it's according to our spiritual journey. It really depends where we are at now. So at some moment in time, number 222 in numerology is trying to let you know, my gorgeous PISCELINI, that in some moment in time over the last 36 months you kind of blamed yourself in a certain way, that you kind of like missed a certain opportunity. So the reason why I said that, you know, things happen for the reason, like karmically and according to our spiritual journey, is purely because now this is going to bounce back, and it's yet again going to provide you with the actual way out of the situation. It's going to provide you with an opportunity. It's going to kind of like become the realization first, but then again very soon after that, you know, this is almost going to be impossible to ignore. And that in itself is going to be very important, because it's going to kind of like open your eyes. It's almost like going to kind of like become the very special moment in time when you're going to kind of wake up. You are going to have an important wake up call, my gorgeous PISCELINI. I really need you to understand this. You will have an important wake up call where you're gonna realize, you know, that it's down to you. It's up to you. okay? You just need to use your common sense and ignore certain things that are happening around at the moment, because at the moment up is down, down is up, the left is right, the right is left, you know, the bad is good, the good is bad. Make sure that you understand to keep your perspective straight, to keep your perspective right, to keep your perspective strong, and just keep going by working on those things in your life that you feel devoted towards, by ignoring the negativity. And this is the way that at the same time you will be doing the right thing, but you will be also protecting your own energy. This is very important. I really, you know what, this is going to sound really weird what I'm going to say, but because you have got such a powerful sequence of numbers 222, that also means, and it's happening at around the time when you have happy birthday to you, happy birthday to you, happy birthday dear Pisceline, happy birthday to you. It's also happening at around the time when you have a happy birthday, my gorgeous Piscelini, which means that your energy is going to be super unique, super powerful, super strong, and it's going to be echoing in the soul in such a powerful way. Whatever you do, whatever you project your energy towards, the more victorious and more powerful outcome it's actually going to be. Just remember this, the power of manifestation, because you have got a strong sequence of number 222 repeating, so the power of manifestation is going to be really strong. It can go both ways, babies. It can go up and it can go down, you know, so that's why you want to go up. You want to go up, so keep it up by thinking positive. So this is something that I want you to understand. The power of manifestation will be very strong. This is the most significant time when it comes to you making things happen, you starting things, but you also feeling inspired by things that you should feel inspired by. Few surprises are going to happen. Few surprises are going to manifest, like, oh, I can't believe this inspires me, I can't believe this gets me going, blah, blah, blah. This is all part of the process that you're actually going to have. And you know, when it comes to the power of manifestation and things like that, as I said, think positive, be as optimistic as you possibly can, but also if you're doing like a bit of a things, like a little ritual and things like that, I can see that this is going to be something that is going to be very interesting to you, my gorgeous Piscelini, because it almost looks like you're going to have a very strange, mysterious moment when you will want to take things on another level, you know, and you are fully going to be aware of that with the things that have been happening to you prior that moment. So that's why I just want you to understand, it's the time for ritual, it's the time to manifest, you know, light a little candle, you know, and things like that. It's a powerful time because the energy is just going to go so much further, so therefore you will be so much more victorious. So if you do want to like kind of have a little ritual, my lord, you know, March and this time throughout the March is most certainly going to be so important, because that ritual, it's not only going to make things happen for you to use sooner, but it's also at the same time going to captivate you within the certain idea. Something is going to come to you at the same time. I'm talking about this magnetic energy that you create and you bring into your life, what is so highlighted like goldenly, you know, in the subconscious mind of yours. You know, it's all going to kind of be like very much so magnetic to one another. So whatever you're thinking of, even when you're like kind of focused on something, there's still other things that are actually going to come out of it. On another hand, my gorgeous Piscelini, you know what else I was going to say? That it's like the passion, you will feel like a very fierce, you know, this month you will feel like a passion, you know, passionate, and use your fierce, you know, if you want to like discuss something, if you want to express something, go for it, because you will have this fierce passion within you, you know. And then on another hand, you are gonna hear a really important news when it comes to the delays, when it comes to the things that have frustrated you over the last 12 months, when it comes to things that made you, that brought you down, you know, when it comes to like a delay, frustration, you know, but then again a deep worry, it caused like a deep worry, but at the same time, you know, it made you really indecisive, and that indecisiveness kind of blocked and stopped your progress. So now the news that you're going to get, the information that you're going to receive is just going to be kind of good news, you know, in many different ways. And also at the same time, the 21st of April, it's going to have a very strong strong connection with what's happening right now. So the 21st of April 2021, my gorgeous Piscelini, it's actually going to have an amazing mind-blowing connection, and this is when you will see the outcome like unfolding like ooh la la, like there is no tomorrow. So it's to do with the gain, advancement, it's to do with an expectation, but then again the desires that you're going to realize through this process, you know. It's about the results of efforts, but at the same time an important time of promotion, and also recognizing your own abilities. This is about the ideas that I've mentioned to you. Very important indeed. On another hand, when it comes to your health, my gorgeous Piscelini, my lord, you need to make sure, no matter what age you are, really doesn't matter, but it's just so important to do a little bit of exercise. Whatever you think that it's exercise, whatever you consider like it's an exercise, you should really do it, most certainly, because I can see like a lower back problems, you know, lower back issues that you are going to have, and your shoulders are going to be quite sensitive, your neck is going to be like a little bit sensitive, so you just need to make sure that you stretch, you know, in like all sorts of directions, you know. And even if you're like a, you know, like an elderly person, you know, it doesn't really matter. Whatever you consider as exercise, you know, like whatever you can consider as exercise, do it, because this is going to get your energy going, you know, and it's going to improve you on so many different levels. And if you're able to do the particular exercises that are going to like help your lower back and back in general, you know, then most certainly you should do so. Sit in the correct way, make sure that you get like the good quality pillow, you know, sleep on it on the side with a pillow in between your legs as well, and this is going to help you to relax the lower part of your body, and it's going to be even more beneficial for you. On another hand, of course, that I'm going to mention organic acerola cherry powder, and to take this every single day. Organic acerola cherry powder, little teaspoon in a little bit of water. Take it every single morning with the actual natural zinc and natural vitamin D. It is the superb combination to boost your immune system against cold, flu, and any type of like illnesses like that. It's very important. Of course, organic acerola cherry powder is going to give you a natural whopping amount of vitamin C, which is going to boost your immune system, rather than using like a chemically made vitamin C, which what I sell out there, you know, but they're saying it's natural, but it's not. So organic acerola cherry powder is just something natural that I would highly recommend you. Okay, and also what else I was going to say, my gorgeous Piscelini, you know, your gums are going to be quite sensitive, your gums, so just make sure that you're using a good toothpaste without fluoride, something like with a natural like aloe vera juice, and something with a natural like a tea tree, for example. It's wonderful when it comes to like your gums and teeth, you know, in general. And also mouthwash, if you could use without fluoride with the actual aloe vera and tea tree, and this is going to do you wonder, alongside the actual natural vitamin C that I've already mentioned, which is going to help you with your gum healing. Okay, if you're on any other medications, if you're pregnant or if you're breastfeeding, you just need to check with your doctor, or you just need to check with your GP. Only your doctor or GP can tell you whether this can interact with your existing medications or not. Now, the very first date that I would like to talk to you about is going to be the 5th of March. Okay, and you know, the 5th of March is going to be like quite you know, an unusual day, because you're going to become aware of the certain ulterior motive, you know, and it's going to be like and you need to be a little bit careful, you know. You're going to, on one hand, you're going to become aware of the ulterior motive, but then on another hand, you know, it's about the actual the fact that, you know, you are going to be aware of the certain help that is kind of offered to you. Now, you're going to become of the certain help that is offered to you, but I do not like this, because it's a lot to do with you becoming aware of like a hidden little danger, you know. It's going to symbolize something negative to you, something uncertain to you, and it's going to be like kind of screaming from the back of your mind, no, you know. And most certainly this is going to be the right thing. It's going to be like kind of like maybe just step back from the situation, try to absorb and focus on the situation from a different angle, and then you just see something completely different. But most certainly the bottom line is that you are gonna become aware of the assistance with an ulterior motive Okay, and this is something to do with the actual you becoming aware of the help offered, and this is nothing but you actually helping yourself, you know, first, and doing the right thing, because it's going to readjust you a little bit and it's going to put you off something, and this is what's actually really, really good, because it's going to redirect you at the same time towards the right thing, towards an exciting opportunity, towards something rather lucrative later on. So this is going to become something quite significant, but then at the same time, you know, it's connected to the actual sudden change. Slowly the sudden change is going to start taking place. The sudden change is going to slowly going to start taking process here. It's important, because you know what I mean, it's just you're going to do the right thing when it comes to those things in your lives that have actually caused you a loss of stability. So this is going to be an important moment in time, my gorgeous Piscelini, indeed. And now I just have a strong urge to actually take this oracle card. Look, I have a strong urge to take this oracle card for the 5th of March. My gorgeous Piscelini, I just had to do this. Like, I just had to do this so much, okay? So now, release. You see this? This is absolutely perfect, and this oracle card is to do with release. This is so important. Release what no longer serves you. Release what makes you feel angry. Release what makes you feel unhappy. Release what makes you feel uncertain. You know, your subconscious mind is going to be playing an important role, but at the same time, you know, this is all going to be making sense, because it's about you redirecting yourself, and later on, by the time the 31st of March happens, you know, the new path is going to be open, the opportunity is going to become available, and you will see it's all going to be making sense. So at the same time, you're starting an important progress and process here. On another hand, what else I was going to recommend to you, like, there is no tomorrow. You see this, my gorgeous Piscelini, it's the rhodochrosite. It's probably one of the most powerful crystals you can actually get, and look how gorgeous this actually is. Rhodochrosite, it's wonderful to bring a really important balance into your life. Every time when you feel deep, every time when you feel like kind of when you wonder, every time when you feel that little bit of courage, every time when you feel low, every time when you feel sad, every time when you feel negative, every time when you feel depressed, every time when you feel like nervous, every time when you have like an insomnia, you know, this is all caused by the lack of energy, certain energy, by the lack of balance of energy in our lives, because of whichever reason, you know, it's very deep indeed. And rhodochrosite, it's wonderful because it instantly makes you feel so much better, and it helps you to open up, it helps you to express yourself, it helps you to explain yourself. This is something that I really feel like you're going to benefit from, my gorgeous Piscelini. You see rhodochrosite, gorgeous rhodochrosite, throughout March and even April 2021. This gorgeous crystal comes with a sterling silver, gorgeous sterling silver chain, and the link to buy this is in the description below. By buying things from my channel, my gorgeous Piscelinis, you're also supporting my channel as well. Now, the second important date that I would like you to talk to you about is the 11th of March. Oh my God, 11th of March, you know, oh, do you know why? Because it's 11, it's like a very sacred, and it's a very powerful number, and it is with your own awakening, you know, this is the energy of your awakening, this is the energy of your transformation, this is the energy of your inspiration, at the same time happening when I see that you're actually gonna have a pretty much highlighted in front of you, which exactly a thing to follow when it comes to your own devotion. You know, this is going to be such a strong time of your own reflection, but at the same time, you know, you are going to become aware of the certain loyalty, which is going to mean to you so much, okay? Because emotionally it's going to be like, yeah, baby, but then at the same time, you know, you're just going to become aware of the way you need to offer services, certain services. You need to be able to offer certain services towards the specific goal, and this specific goal is going to be everything. So this is what you need to pay attention to, which service is what you need to offer towards the specific goal. How can you expand yourself? How can you go on the next stage? How can you go on the next level? Where you are at now and where you want to be, what is preventing you, what is blocking you from moving on? This is all about your own personal expansion, but then again, what you're working on, you need to simply focus on what you're working on. You need need to simply focus on, because this is the sacred day. This is a very much so sacred day, which is going to bring you to control over a situation, in particular when it comes to the time of weakness, sadness, negativity, uncertainty, lack of energy, lack of direction. This is going to bring you control over a situation, strength, courage, you know, energy, determination, action, confidence. It's fantastic, but most importantly, this is on one hand, you know, to do with a quite significant accomplishment in your life so far, but then again about doing things and focusing on those things which are going to bring you security. It's about doing the right things by trusting yourself, you know, by believing in yourself, because what you do now, it's going to bring you accomplishment later on. This is why this is connected. The third important date, my gorgeous Piscelini, it's going to be on the 31st of March. Oh my God. The 31st of March is like, it's going to be such a bizarre day, very strange, like, oh my Lord. When it comes to you, you're going to find yourself feeling really strange, but in particular when it comes to feeling little glimpse, you know, you're going to be having little glimpse of the future, but you're not going to be able to explain this, you're not going to be able to understand this fully, but it's going to feel good. It's going to feel really good, and it's going to make you feel like you want to explore. And these are the feelings, these are the emotions that you should be feeling most certainly, you know, little glimpse of the future you will have here in terms of what to do next. You know, there are going to be a couple of surprises, but then at the same time, you know, this may well happen as soon as you wake up in the morning and you open your eyes. And you know, I say this always, my God, like when you wake up in the morning and you open your eyes, you know, you're still pretty much so connected to all sorts of like a different dimensions, different levels through your subconscious mind. So we have a sacred answers about so much in our lives that we may not even realize, you know, and then we just realize this later on as the time goes by, how significant that was and things like that. So you just need to pay attention how this insight and how these glimpses are going to come to you, you know, because this is a lot to do with the financial security for yourself and your family, you know, a contentment, you know, peace and containment in your life, but then again also like honoring certain family traditions at the same time. It's very important for me to stress that you passing the certain knowledge here will be very important. Just remember this, you passing the certain knowledge on the 31st of March will be very important. On another hand, you know, it's just you're gonna start kind of feeling alive. I'm not saying that you didn't feel alive, but I'm just saying that this energy is just slowly gonna kind of start becoming your power at the same time, and you're gonna become aware of something really beautiful, like almost a magical time in your life, you know. By the same time, you need to understand that this is a very strong, what I said before, time of the actual transformation, in particular when it comes to you projecting things and manifestation. Don't forget that, you see. If you can believe it, you can do it, my babies. You're gonna be kind of doubting yourself and you're gonna be wondering about something, should you do it or not. That's what I'm saying. If you can believe it, you can do it, my babies. It's gonna require from you to take things on the next level on the 31st of March, deep concentration, application, study, you know. It's more to do with the reflection, but also paying attention to what you want to learn about, what you want to know about, because desire to learn new ideas is going to be obvious, and especially at a time when somebody gives you the good news, somebody very important in your life is going to give you good news. This is the time when you need to pay attention to what you want to learn, because on one hand it's going to reveal what disappointed you in your life in terms of like the fact that you need to abandon this and you need to discontinue this, most certainly. But that in itself is going to be remarkable, because it's almost immediately going to be connected to a new plan, you know, something that you wanted to do over the last 7 months that you were kind of thinking about, but at the same time now you will have this necessary hope in order to take things further, and confidence, of course, you know. It's connected to uncertain efforts, but most certainly it's going to be the time to go for it. On another hand, what else I was going to recommend to you is gorgeous carnelian, absolutely gorgeous. Look at this baby, carnelian. This comes with the sterling silver setting and the sterling silver chain, and to buy this, the link is in the description below. By buying things from my channel, my gorgeous Piscelinis, you're also supporting my channel. Carnelian is going to help you to open up, you know, the carnelian is going to help you to communicate. The carnelian is going to help you to express yourself, to explain things to those people that are making you feel really uncomfortable because they drain our energy and then we are not ourselves. when we communicate to these people, but to express yourself and to kind of be more decisive, to know what the right thing is to do, because when we are spiritually growing, there is a lot happening around us. And then Carnelian brings us really wonderful balance. So every time when you feel like a little bit confused or uncertain, or you want to like express yourself, just most certainly wear a Carnelian. You can buy this, is in the description below, and by buying things from my channel, you can also you're also supporting my channel as well, my gorgeous PISCELINI. So I'm just going to see what is going to happen in the first part of March. Now, in the first part of March, I just want to say to you that, time spent, in like a peaceful meditation, or like a time spent like rejuvenating yourself somewhere where it's very sacred, like the forest or in the nature, or looking at the sun simply, this is all going to be very beneficial to you, because it's going to remove like all sorts of blockages that have been placed on you karmically, which is completely natural. And now this is slowly coming to an end, and this is only going to speed up the process. So any type of meditation that you could do, or reconnection and connection in nature, my gorgeous PISCELINI, the first week of March would be absolutely superb. You can do it throughout the March, but the first week of March is going to be like a super beneficial, because you will be able to feel this, but also you will kind of have an important kind of moment of self-discovery, and that in itself, it's really going to push you towards the actual very important exploration. It's just going to open your eyes, and it's going to like kind of make you feel rather vavavoom-ish when it comes to exploring the new stage, new part, of your life. The second part of March is going to, this is all about, like, my God, this is about a new start, new beginning. You need to remember something is going to kind of be around you, something is going to become evident and obvious to you, that you can go for it, and you just need to remember that it's, this is to do with a new start. You need to trust yourself, and you also need to push your fears aside and take a leap of faith. Take a leap of faith, more important than ever. On another hand, it's just basically what else I was going to say, that this is an important time because it is to do with a new beginning, but it's also at the same time to do with the courage that you are going to have, which is on one hand going to surprise you, but then at the same time, this is also going to be an important part of the picture. Okay, and on another hand, the last part of March, somebody who means to you so much, somebody who's very important to you, it's actually going to play an important role, because you will be told something, to pay attention to. Maybe there's certain mistake, maybe there's certain negativity, something that was draining your energy, and something that you should be paying attention towards. But sometimes when there is a lot going on in our lives, we may be like kind of like sticking to wrong things, and because it's affecting our balance, so it's affecting our way of thinking. So you're going to be kind of pushed towards a certain subject, certain problem, certain negativity through somebody in your life. So somebody who means to you a lot is going to tell you something, or you're going to realize this particular part of your life that you should be paying attention to. And this is very important, because at the same time, it's going to bring you the new perspective. But then on another hand, it's about your own transformation. It's about you doing things, the right things. But then again, at the same time, you're going to realize, my God, if you were planning this like for a long time, it wouldn't turn out to be like this. It's important, and it's going to bring you a significant opportunity. So listen to the advice from somebody very significant in your life, my gorgeous PISCELINI, at around the end of March, because this is going to bring you so many other things into your lives. So now, my babies, I'm going to shuffle these cards, and I'm going to see what is going to happen to those of you who are in relationship in the month of March 2021. For those of you, my gorgeous PISCELINI is in relationship. 9 of Wands, of course. Dun, 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 dun. No, you're gonna have a bit of a moment, you're gonna need to discuss something, a bit of a problem, and this happens when, karmically, it's like simply some certain things we are not going to evolve as couples if we don't work on it. So some things are just little gibberish, like blah, 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 you know, but certain things are like just just some things are like just a stupid silly little arguments, which is completely normal, of course, but certain things evolve and can grow and evolve into something much more difficult if we don't deal with it like karmically. So there is a problem that I have a reason like from before. This is nothing completely brand new, but karmically you're both gonna kind of have a little bit of an argument, not too bad, you know, just a little bit of bickering, you know, but then again it's going to kind of pinpoint towards this particular problem that you need to talk about, you need to agree with, because it's creating a problem. So now karmically you're both gonna kind of need to pay attention to it. And what you're gonna do is brilliant. You see this? The outcome is the accomplishment, enlightenment, beauty, power, kissy, love, you know, and people getting closer, people doing the right thing, people making the right move, and this is to do with your own accomplishment, security and power. Something really wonderful is going to happen to both of you, you know, when it comes to safety and family, something, you know, really, really powerful, but also a very important family matter is going to take place in general, where you, my gorgeous Pisceline, and your partner are going to need to kind of put a little bit of input in. Okay, so now I'm just going to see what is going to happen to those of you who are single and ready to mingy. Okay, I just basically now, my gorgeous Pisceline, you see, oh la la, you see, my gorgeous Pisceline, you've got like a King of Wands here. This is very important for you to understand that now at the same time, and the Page of Cups, you see, I really like this. We are talking about a quite complex situation, and the complex situation that I'm talking about, my gorgeous Pisceline, it's about the fact, oh my God, you are gonna kind of like have a very much so a realization. First of all, you're going to become aware of like who to kind of avoid and who to kind of not to pay attention to. And when you become aware this month who to avoid and who to not to pay attention to, this is more to do with like a love, and more to do with like a kissy. Maybe you will want to have a moment with someone and that person is going to be like, no, you know, this is the moment that you're going to have. So you, first of all, you're going to kind of someone is going to kind of put you off, but then at the same time this is brilliant because that's not the right person for you. And then I'm waiting for these wonderful people here, you see. Then because karmically you're maybe still kind of like fancying someone, or you're holding on to someone, and now you're just going to release yourself. So this is brilliant, absolutely fantastic. And even if you fancy someone like over the first a couple of weeks and then you just change your mind quickly, it doesn't really matter. You're going to get to this place, to what I'm talking about. So now what I want to say to you is that there will be the continuation, and I keep on seeing this, and it's so important that you first of all are going to be daring, and once you're daring, you're going to make a decision. Your decision is going to be connected to continuation. Your continuation is going to be connected to like the excitement, the good energy, the optimism, and doing the right thing. You're going to step into the certain door, and you're about to meet someone very, very special, very beautiful, and very powerful, my gorgeous Pisceline. This is going to become quite evident at around the end of the month, or by the end of the month. And even if that particular person doesn't walk into your life, just pay attention to what kind of started in your life again, in particular when it comes to continuation, but also doing something new. That is going to put you on a path with this person. Even if this gorgeous person doesn't kind of appear this much, it doesn't matter. April is very much so superbly connected to the actual March, so it doesn't matter. It's going to happen in April if it doesn't happen in March, but it's more to do with you doing the right thing, and then you just allow this wonderful person to walk into your life, and it's not going to be that long at all. Okay, my gorgeous Piscelinis, I love you all so much, and once again, I wish you a happy birthday to every single one of you, my gorgeous people. I'm sending you brightest blessings, lots of love, healing, peace, and light to every single one of you, my gorgeous Piscelinis. So I'm sending you brightest blessings, lots of love, healing, peace, and light to every single one of you. Thank you ever so much for watching my videos. Sasha Bonasin, Psychic Medium. Happy birthday. Love you.